Hi, it's Larry Gaines, Paracycle Trading. In this video I'm going to show you Apple and the breakout on Apple and give you some target ranges on where it potentially could go and some trading ideas. But first off, if you've not received my free ebook, I've got two really great ebooks here. Just go to my homepage, paracycletrading.com, and you'll see 15 option trading strategies. This is one. Put your name, email address in there, and it'll get right to you. The second ebook is also right on the home page. Just go to free ebooks, you'll get that. It's the trading e-minis, day trading e-minis. So just put your name, email address in there, and you'll get that right away as well. Now, first off, let's get a big picture view of the markets. We had a bit of a correction last week. So on Monday of last week, we had a move down to the 21 period moving average. It held right in there and held above the 382 retracement from the Fibonacci, which came in from the low of the 25th of February to the high back on the 15th of March. So Fibonacci retracement is a great way to look for support resistance, and it held right there at the 382 and right on the 21. Closed back above the 8 EMA here, so good constructive close to end the week on the S&P. Now here's the NASDAQ 100 futures in Q, and again the Fibonacci levels here, it came all the way down actually to the 50% retracement right there and to the 50 moving average, but bounced right back, ended up closing the week back over the 8 EMA and back above that 25% retracement level for the Fibonacci. So the NQ recovered quite well, and a lot of this was due to Apple. So let's go to Apple. Now when I'm assessing a stock, the first thing I like to do is look at the long-term time frame. Now first off, Apple, based on our Paracycle model, we have a long signal that triggered the last week ending the 15th, and it went long. So the long-term trend, we've been in this major shift to the downside, and our power model went long the 15th for the long-term trend. And this week we got a breakout of this trend line coming in here. See this pivot high there? So nice break above that, and a break above the 8 EMA here on the weekly. So some positive momentum now developing for Apple to the upside, and that's based on the long-term time frame. You can see here it's nice base down here at 418, and we base down here for 2-3 weeks. Now we're bouncing back up. So this is the first thing I look at, is your long-term time frame. So I call this top-down market analysis. So the first thing was the weekly, so which is a long term. Now I'm going to the medium term or daily, and our power model went long on the daily or medium term time frame on the 8th of March right here, and then we consolidated sideways, and we also consolidated sideways, and we were in a squeeze on a daily basis. We were in a volatility squeeze, and we did break out of that to the upside. So I always look for a volatility squeeze type setup, which we had right here, and it broke to the upside. Based on our model, we had a long here. Then you can see it broke two different trend lines. This trend line here, pivot high, pivot high, pivot high, and then it broke this trend line here, a little bit longer term, intermediate term trend line right here, pivot high, pivot high. And so now on Friday it closed above the 50 period moving average, and this is very important. So that's a nice momentum close above the 50 period moving average. Now the next thing we'll do is put in Fibonacci retracement to show you target levels. So what you want to do is get your drawing tool here. I'm going to go from this low right here to, oh sorry, doing this, let me start over. Now what you want to do is look for the last pivot high where it broke down from. So we're going to take this pivot point right there, and then we're going to extend down to this low right here, and so we have a high. That pivot high was at 484.40, and then this pivot low down here was about 419 in that area. So you can see here that we came into the 618 and closed right above it on Friday. So the 618, this is a very key level here. You can see it went up to the 618 on Tuesday, pulled back, broke above, and closed above the 618 plus the 50 moving average on Friday. So that's a very positive close, showing commitment to the move. Now the next level of resistance will be the 786, which comes in at 470.55, and then back up to this pivot high, which also is where that gap area was filled at 482.94. So this is your first target level, will be this 470.55 and then 482.94. Then what you want to do is you can extend it up to the next pivot high. So we're going to extend this up to this point here, that pivot high, and take this down to the low, and you can get your next levels. So you can see here that you have 467 will be a resistance, 467.37, and then the 618 at 478 and 63 cents, 618 based on that. And then we'll move it up here to the next level up. And that shows you major resistance there at the 382 at 471.18. So these are levels to put down. Write these down as target and areas where you'll have some initial resistance. But it shouldn't be that big of a resistance. The main thing is it's going to probably target right up here to this pivot low where it kind of filled this gap area, so that's 482.94. So based on this, you can put together a trading plan, and what I did was I bought the 465 call spread on Friday with the expiration next Friday, and that was cost about $200 a contract. So I have potential to make $300. It's a $500 spread, so 465 less 460, that's a $500 spread, and then less my cost of $200. So let me show you that on an option chain. Now here's the spread I put on. It's buying. Here's the 460. This will expire in 5 days on Friday this coming week. So I bought the 460 strike, sold the 465 right here, and it's currently at 240. I was able to put this on earlier Friday midday around $2, so that's $200 a contract. Now the other thing that sometimes I like to do is do it in a call ratio spread, so I'll sell maybe an out-of-the-money call against it to finance it. So I might sell the 490, which is above that resistance area, and collect $55, something like that. So I could get into this spread. That would put me in the spread below $200. Also taking advantage of theta, or time decay, which that would also help out with. So that's one option trading strategy. The other one would be to buy a wider spread. The other one is to buy maybe the 460, sell the 470, so that's a $10 spread. And you could get into that. Let's see where that is. Now here's the other possibility: is you buy a 460, sell a 470 spread. So you're going to be long the 460 calls expiring in a week on Friday, this coming Friday, and then just one second. Yeah, so you could buy the 460, sell the 470 against it. That's a $10 spread, and that's currently going for about $4 or $400 a contract. So your potential upside is a total of $600. So if it moves above 470 at the close, then you're going to capture $600, and your cost is $400. So that's a that's a pretty good return. That's a 1.5% return over that short period of time. So that's about a 1.5% return. Now the other thing, you could go out further. It's going to be more expensive, but you could go to the April time frame, and you can look at buying a vertical call spread there. So here's the next week out. So here's the 465, 475. That would cost about $400. That's a $10 spread, so you could potentially make $600. So these are just some trading ideas, but I like to have target analysis, and then I like to put together the strategy to use, and that's to define my risk and try to get the lowest cost I can. I prefer to get something at 2 to 1 or higher, but if a good breakout with Apple, then sometimes I'll take the risk to do something a little bit less. So good luck. I hope this helps you in your trading, and talk to you next week. Now, one thing I wanted to also throw out to you, if you're having trouble understanding how to select the best strike price, I've got a great option course that teaches that. It's called Option Trading Made Simple, and this course will teach you based on option delta how to select strikes for just single options or option spreads. So if you're interested in that, I've got a really good special deal on that just for you today. This course is $227 on my website, but I'm having a special right now. You can get it for just $97. So just go to Power Cycle Trading, and let me show you the URL for that. So here's that special. Again, it's $247. You can get it for $97. And if you'd like, just go to this URL. So it's powercycletrading.com/special-offer, and you can get that today. So it's a limited time offer, but if you're interested, it's there, and it's also on this email that's got the blog on it as well. So good luck trading, and I'll talk to you later.